First, I'd like to introduce to you a woman who has been at the forefront of this fight since sponsoring the first law to protect female athletes, Idaho's HB 500.
Yeah.
I had the privilege of testifying with her many times. She's a powerhouse in the Capitol and a beast on the basketball court, former NCAA coach and current representative of Idaho. Please welcome Barbara Ehardt.
Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate being here. People, if you're here to stand up and support our women, let's hear it. Let me hear it. This is important. I was born in the 60s, grew up in the 70s at a time where people had asked me when I was little what I wanted to do when I grew up. And all I told them is I wanted to play sports. And I was literally told that's not what girls do. You see, Title IX changed my life. And here we are on the 50th anniversary of Title IX. And what are we doing? We are celebrating non-binary and transgender athletes. It makes no sense.
Ooh.
Why is the NCAA not standing up for women? It's the 50th anniversary. When I was coaching at UC Santa Barbara, Nike put out a groundbreaking commercial in 1995 about the benefits of girls when they play sports. It was called If You Let Me Play Sports, because they were 60% less likely to get pregnant, less likely to get cancer, and more likely to leave a man that beats them. And now they've turned on the girls and women too. What are we doing?
Yeah.
The other side likes to say this is about the humanity, the community, and the inclusion. It's not. When it comes to sports, it's about competition. It is about winning.
Yep.
If it wasn't about the competition, if it wasn't about winning, then players wouldn't get cut and coaches wouldn't get fired.
Yep.
We wouldn't have NCAA championships if it's not about winning.
Yep.
And let me just tell you a little secret that's known within the collegiate community of coaching. If June Eastwood, who competed in Montana, and Leah Thomas, who's competing now at Penn, had decided to do this their freshman year, I promise you, every team in their conference, in order to compete, because it is about winning, it's about the coaches keeping their jobs, every team in the conference would have been forced to go out and recruit biological males that could compete against June and Leah. I promise you, it is going to change the face of women's sports. It must be stopped now, and I call on the NCAA to turn their attention back to women and to stand up for our girls and women. And all of you here today, we have a lot of stories. Beth, it has been a pleasure working with her as she stood on her own to bring this to national attention with Alliance Defending Freedom and our girls out of Connecticut and every other group that has decided to stand up. I stand before you now saying that if we don't stop this and put an end to this, you will no longer have girls and women's sports. You may not even have co-ed very longer. And I'm going to tell you one other thing before I give the time back, because there's so many false narratives, and let's put an end to it. They like to say, hey, there's not a difference until we reach puberty, and that's why we need these puberty blockers. People, I'm telling you, I've done camps, I've done clinics, I've done leagues. I'll get little kindergarten all team boys and little kindergarten all team girls, and they compete against each other. And those little boys annihilate the girls. They don't know what to do when they're on that basketball court. The boys knock them over, they take the ball, they push them down. The girls can't even go as quick as the boys are going, and they cry. There are differences between us as men and women, boys and girls, and you know what? We should celebrate it. It's okay that we're different. The Lord made us that way. I appreciate you all showing up. Beth, keep up the good fight. And people, let's keep fairness in women's sports and save women's sports. Thank you so much.